Welcome everybody to Gestalt Poetry Open Mic for July. I have a few announcements. We have a poetry pop-up in Nashville if you live in the area. I wanted to let you know about that. It's next Sunday, so a week from tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central. And I'm going to send you the email to get to the location and everything. It's going to be announced the day of. And the theme is rebirth. Let me put that there. Okay, and also on August 28th, our feature poet will be KHAOS, our elder griot statesman, at 1 p.m. Central. Usually we're at 3, but it'll be at 1. And the email there is what you emailed to sign up. Let me take this call. Oh, too late. Oh, okay. I texted her. I will continue to go forward and we will see what we will do. I wanted to put in the list of sign up folks, the fellow poets. I'm excited today. It's going to be really fun. All right, another message. Okay, now I'll start with the poem before our feature poet gets here. Born to Write, Lydia Cook. I'm excited for her to be here. And you have your choice. I got 3 today, 2 old ones and 1 new one. And one is called She Flies, which is a very old one from around college time, internship time. And then the other one is His and Hers, which is also very old, maybe 30 years old. And then a new one called Existential Garden Mind. So you guys can consider where you'd like to start with those. Any suggestions?
The Existential Garden.
Yay, I'll do it. Thank you. Okay. Existential garden mind. All things coexist with and without meaning, making vision surreal. Iris angels bloom sweetly, then curl to wet fists for me to clip. Robin bathing in the bird bath with joyful insertions into water, splashes with wings for a while. I remember gardens, not of this life's memory, but DNA, lush, soft greens hiding lost lovers, mysteries. A million parables fill our holy texts, but who is learning how to recall out systemic thoughts that ultimately hurt others? In the spring garden where life bursts forth seemingly out of nowhere, angels all. Now death has come. We put aside for compost, rebirth. Mainways clogged now, souped up cars pause at the crossroads, revving, screeching off down the side streets. Fascinated with all things smooth, my teeth, skin, fingernails, Rainer Marie Rilke and his whiskers. Charcoal clouds, heavy rain eases sky to earth, relief, release, blue cup of tea in your memory. All the world moves slowly as a snail, yet also races with spinning minute hand. A garden of the mind. I begin to understand. All right, Lydia, BorntoWrite, so good to see you.
Hey.
Yay.
Beautiful
Welcome.
poetry. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for getting here. I'm so sorry that I was not able to take your last call.
That's
I'm
okay.
so glad you're here.
My anxiety was trying to get to me. Hello, everyone. Peace and love and poetry.
Yes.
My anxiety was kicking in because I couldn't get Wi-Fi, not at home, and I couldn't get the phone to work. Zoom. Oh my goodness, we're here.
Awesome. It's lovely to see you. It's lovely to see everyone.
It's lovely to finally be here. It took us a while, but we've been poetic friends for quite some time. So thank you.
That's true. That's true. I've been watching you on Instagram as well.
Thank you. I watch you too.
Thank you. All right. Well, I'm going to introduce you. This is almost your time.
Okay.
All right. Lydia Cook, also known as Born to Write, is an award-winning poet, author, and public speaker. Her mission is to encourage and inspire diverse audiences. Cook has authored 2 books, From Pain to Power, Chapbook 2008, and Blue Fire, A Poetic Journey of Our Emotions, 2014. And she's been writing from the tender age of 11. And if you saw in the event, she has an extensive bio. I'm not able to share it all today, but welcome so much. Welcome to Gestalt Poetry Open Mic, Born to Write.
Thank you for having me, Amy Hoskins. It's just an honor to be here. I was a little nervous. I was like, I don't know if anybody's going to come because the world's opening back up, for the most part. And social media is so busy right now with stuff. So it's just pretty cool to have been getting ready to celebrate 20 years of picking up my first mic and still be invited somewhere. And so that's really cool.
That is. Proud of you.
Thank you. It's a blessing.
Well, the mic is yours.
All right. Again, my name is Lydia Cook, and I'll be reading to you guys tonight, today, whenever you see this. My Heart's Desire, Born to Write. I will be reading excerpts. I have a one-woman show called Purple War Stories, and so I will be storytelling in my bit of time that I have here as well. But before anything, I want to thank my Creator, the Most High, my heart's desire. I not only desire for you to live in me, but I desire for love to live and flow and shine through me. I desire for love to shine through me so easily that even through the pain and the salty rivers that scar my face, people can see the light in my space. And my prayer is that this poetry becomes life, encouragement, and love for those long after my life has ended. I won't pretend that it's not been painful as I pen, but my heart's desire. I'm not too proud to admire the glory of my Creator, because I know that there's something greater than I. There's something bigger than we can see. As Sam Cooke says, it lives beyond the sky. So my heart's desire as I pen this poetry is to leave some love and some peace beneath my feet as I trod. And even if I have to go into my warrior stance and fight and be proud, I will not do it too loud, because I am a lady and I know where I stand. I understand that my Creator, and I understand that I come from the great I am. So that makes me a little G, but no better than thee. See, the only love that we get is the love that we give. The grace we get is the grace we extend. So even though some may hate and not call me friend, I must be honest, Amy, at this time in my heart is still peace and love to my end as I pen my heart's desire, as I pen Born to Write. So that's as I pen. So no matter what, guys, I want to leave you with some love and some peace and some poetry, and a great performance, hopefully. I want you to feel the energy. So I was asked a question once: who am I? Who am I? And that was a big question for me. And so many things came to mind, but this is what I came up with in poetry. Born to Write. I am a woman, for sure. Definitely all female, earrings galore. I used to feel fat and black, ugly, useless. But now I realize that I am a testament of God's mercy and grace, and that there is nobody else that was born with my fingerprint or my face. Nobody else has the grays in their hair that lay the way mine do. Nobody gets the hair extensions to hang and flow in the wind the way these do. It's true. Nobody else can be fat and black like me, and I can't be you. I am a lover of my brown Christ, I will not lie, though I think there's a lot of things that the scribes did hide. But listen, I am a woman that's grateful for the light. I'm not a woman to tell you that you're wrong and I'm right. Who am I, as this man asked me, demanding the truth to come out of my eyes? And I said, I'm nothing without the great I am. I'm thankful that the all-seeing eye has been protecting me. I'm grateful for my ancestors, you see. I'm even grateful for the tragedies, for the chaos that brought beautiful pain. I am grateful. I align myself with roses that cry from the same petals of concrete. I am an oracle. Who am I? I'd like to say I'm poetry. Poetry is a story, you see. And I too am a rose that's growing through that same spiritual concrete. Indeed, who am I? A woman surrendered to the call on her life. And even when I don't want to do it, when people lie on me in the midnight and in the daylight, who am I? I'm speechless. I'm talkative. I'm energetic. I'm depressed. I'm filled with anxiety, yet I hold no stress. Who am I? I'm a woman, you see. Definitely a female with earrings galore indeed. Who am I? Somebody who used to be embodied with low self-esteem, sadness, bitterness, and fear. Who am I? I am up, I am down. If you know me, I am funny, I'm a clown, I get around, and sometimes I don't want to be bothered. I yell and I shout. Sometimes I want to hear no sound. Who am I? I'd like to think it's like Tina Marie. I feel like I've been on this earth many times, you see. I feel like I was flying like a free gazelle on the back of a horse. I feel like I was the queen of an island with lovers and friends of many colors, and there was nothing but peace, love, joy, and poetry, you see. There was no rich and no big eyes and little U's indeed. There was no government holding people down. There were no churches telling people that they would be lost to hell if they are not found. Who am I? I am poetry. Because I'm a story, you see. Peace and love, y'all. That's born to me. Who am I? I'm going to be reading again to you today from my set called Love Sick. It's called Love Sick. And if you've ever been in love, then you will definitely understand the pages of my journal when I speak of, and I mean literally my journal. Love Sick. My time's doing great too. So I'll be reading. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you really are enjoying it. And I'm telling you, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not living without you. No, 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 no way. I'm not living without you. And love, and love, and love, love, why don't you love me? Have you ever felt it in your bones? Have you ever been lovesick? Have you ever felt love hanging around like a bad habit, something like that silly rabbit with a flashlight in the daytime and it won't quit? Like, have you ever been lovesick? I'm not a singer, no, I'm not, but I love the melodies. I love the way it makes his poetry come alive in me. Maybe it's in my soul. They tell me I'm Black. I don't know. That is what I'm told, but I have been lovesick. Like I've been so sick of love, and I feel like love was sick of me. And no matter the feeling that love wouldn't quit. And it's similar to the poetry so very well written in the classic of a movie, Love Jones. You fight it and deny it, but the feeling lives so deep down in the marrow of your bones. Have you ever been lovesick? Like, have you ever been lovesick? And I thought maybe, maybe love is sick of me. Like, perhaps I'm the cage and maybe love is the bird and she wants to be free. Have you ever been lovesick? Indeed. Maybe she just wants to be free. And Amy, maybe love is tired of me. So see, this poem is wide open, line after line, and I will not lie. I'll love to hear the poetry in my stanzas and my rhymes, but this is going to be honest, the thoughts that cross the secret-hearted, broken heart of mine. And I'm telling you, I'm not going nowhere. Love, love, no, no. I'm not living without you. and you, and you, and you, love, why won't you love me? See, I don't want you to feel sorry for me as I share this poetry. But I just wonder if I am the caged bird. And dear love, is it that you want to be free? Love, like I'm looking everywhere. Love, why won't you talk to me? Like I've been so faithful to you. It's true indeed. I've loved babies and old people. It is true. I've loved blacks and whites, those wrong, those right, those in prison and those that love and live in the light. Listen, love, why won't you love me? Love, do you think I won't be faithful to you? Love, is it that you think I won't be aiming high to be true? Like it feels like love, like you're the last hour before aching feet and quitting times. And second by second, it's like love will tick. And she's always so busy. She visits for a moment, but she won't sit. And I wonder why Queen won't sit. Have you ever been the woman good enough to make a heart feel better? Have you ever been the healer to make a heart feel better in stormy weather? Healing wounds, and then when they're better, they get back up and walk off to that woman or person in the night who didn't treat them right. Have you ever been lovesick? And I wonder if there's loneliness in my eyes. Have you ever wondered what your eyes say to the world? I wonder, I wonder why love doesn't love me back. I mean, is it that she thinks I won't remain true? Love, I will, because I firmly believe in the peace and the joy of you. And I'm telling you, I'm I'm not going nowhere. I'm not living without you. And you, and you, and you, love, why won't you love me? Me. Love, why won't you love me? Born to write. So this is from Lovesick. This is from Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you in the comments. I see you guys. Um, this is from Lovesick as well, and I hope you guys can relate to this because sometimes when we get lovesick and we're hurt, sometimes it can mess up the good stuff that comes our way, and it's just a human flaw, I think. This is called Envelope. Envelope. See, you were smart and you were savvy. And if I wouldn't allow fear and inhibitions to block my love, I swear you could have had me. See, your conversations made me feel like I had traveled many nations and I never left my neighborhood. Your smile is ingrained, filed away in a beautiful envelope, sealed, signed, and delivered clearly and legibly just for us. And had I not been afraid, had I only been able to embrace your truth as I lose my lips at the thought of you, we could have had magic, you see. And I love being able to write in my journal and poetry about you because I don't feel stupid or anything. I just write you down on the lines of my mind and tuck you away in envelopes where people have searched for love like that for years. And if only I could inhale and exhale, reverse the hands of time and reverse and take back some of your tears, baby, I would. I would tell you I love you. I would be open, honest, and free, and you would be safe and protected by me. But I was too broken indeed, and I can own it in this poetry. But I wrote you a letter and I put it in this envelope. If only I had the courage to send it to you. It would probably smell like a wildflower. It would be beautiful. It would need water and sugar to stay sweet like me. I'm just grateful that I'm not diabetic over you, you see. You never judged me. Even though I pricked your heart, you weren't afraid to pick the rose. But fear made me change the locks. And once I had figured out that your love was real and that your love was true and that you were smart and savvy and all about me and truly wanted me to be that infamous word boo, like I could have one of those too, I miss you, my friend. The sound of your voice inspires chills to rush, your hands so rough and your rugged touch. So I write this poem, these envelopes that are sealed away in my secret thoughts of you, and I'll send them to you. I will. You can call it the Poetic Express. There's only room for two in my fantasy. That's me and you. You were so smart and you were so savvy. And I swear to God, if I wouldn't have been filled with fear and inhibitions, maybe some bitterness, baby, you could have had me. Born to write. So I'll do one more piece if I'm watching the correctly. If anybody wants to say something, hi, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad I'm here too, Lesley. Peace and love, guys. Love and peace. So, of course, I'm the mushy poet, right? But I get in my feelings too, and I get mad. And when I get mad, I get mad. When I get angry, I get angry. So I was kind of hurt by love. I won't say when, where. Names and dates are saved to protect the innocent, whoever that is. So, but I'll tell the story. And this is called, it's a simple title. It's just simply called You Tried It. You tried it. Like, have you ever had somebody try you? Like, just try you. Maybe at work, maybe in a relationship, but they know you're nice and they know you're kind and a decent human being, but they just want to try you. Like, I guess just because. But this is called You Tried It. And again, guys, I'm not a big singer, but I love singing. So the people that can't sing, I can sing. So I hope none of y'all can sing on here. Because a real singer knows I can't sing. I'm totally tone deaf. Okay, guys, this is called You Tried It. First, I was afraid. I was petrified. I thought I couldn't live without you, baby, in my life. But I've got so much love to give, and I still have my life to live. I will survive. I will survive. Hey, hey. This poem is going to be violently vulnerable. Vulnerable in a violent way. No threat to the heart, though, not the body nor the art. So let me start. See, you tried, he tried, they tried to destroy me because of the same light you say you fell in love with. You couldn't control this light, so you wanted to dim this light. I told you refreshingly and honestly that I'm not the average soul. I feel like I've been here before. So my wisdom is that consistent like mold, probably healing like an antibiotic. So I told him, don't try it. But he tried it. Tried to destroy me with cruel words that slid off of slithering tongues. It felt as if there were more than one. I was so close to being lyrically sprung. Never fall in love with a poet, and you know it. Except me. That may be cool indeed. But you tried to destroy me. You did. And maybe perhaps I was COVID-19 lonely. So maybe that was why your deceitful charm could easily come console me. See, first I was afraid. I was petrified. I thought I couldn't live without that player in my life. But I've got so much love to give, and I still got all my life to live, and I will survive. I will survive. Hey, hey. And as I end this piece, see, you you don't understand me. And I know that I can be complex. Like I'm a poet, I'm a woman. If I was born grown in the 60s and 70s, I would have been a hippie baby. But listen, this isn't about who did what for who. And I'm not the type of person to share favors and mention them again like I'm the brown Christ and I'm your one and only savior. But you, could you at least have been grateful? Could you at least said thank you? Thank you goes a long way to a girl's heart. So you can buy her diamonds and you can buy her pearls, but when she needs to be held, they don't do anything for that world. I needed the truth. and you were full of lies. And in me, you could have had some crazy love, crazy, sexy, cool love. That's what you could have had. I could have loved you. In fact, I did love you, offering you everything, loyalty in my friendship, a listening ear, unwavering, righteous love affair. Baby, I would have pulled you near. And when many laughed at your nothingness, swearing that you don't compare, when they teased me and said that you didn't get it and you weren't aware, I stood up for you and I told my girlfriends, listen, I think I'm in love. So, girl, I don't care. But you had no idea how how quickly I would have stayed loyal to you. You. First, I was afraid. I was petrified. I thought I couldn't live without you, baby, in my life. But I've got so much love to give, and I still got all my life to live. And though I'm scarred, I will survive. I will survive. Hey, hey. Born to write. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for supporting Amy and staying and listening to my big mouth.
Oh, not a big mouth. You're awesome. That was
Thank
amazing.
And you can sing. You can sing. Come on.
Oh,
Mhm.
yes. You totally can. The feeling, the passion, astounding work. Thank you.
I loved it. I
Thank
think
you so
poetry and
much.
music are so similar anyway.
They are.
I see all the comments. Thank you guys. And you know when poets love on your work, poets that are amazing poets, it just does something for the soul. It just does. Yeah.
Mhm.
We're so encouraging to each other. That's why when I was at work, I called a hostile environment, guys. I was managing fast food. It's very hostile. Okay. It is very hostile. I don't know if you've ever worked it, but they're so mean and cruel. And it's a hard job. You're overworked, you're underpaid. You are. But
Mhm.
I said, you don't get it. My poets, we call each other kings and queens. Like we love each other. Like we ask how our day is and we care. So this is a great environment and I'm loving it. Thank you, Amy.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's a safe environment. That's rule number one.
It
Rules,
is.
but there's a rule. Oh, that was lovely. And I'm so moved by everything that you experienced and expressed. It was just beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go back in the chat and respond when we get finished when I can focus on that.
That sounds good.
Yes.
First up, our fellow poets. We have KHAOS, our elder griot statesman.
All right.
Good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
I'd like to do this poem today called Legacy. In the winter of my life, I sit reminiscing the past, anticipating, contemplating, refiguring the future, trying to create a legacy that will last. Pondering over things both done and undone, out of naught, out of fun, spitting words well thought about from the lip, while others are fired haphazardly on the run from the hip. What to say, what to do, recreating self is no easy task. Trying to determine how you want others to remember you when you pass. What does it matter? What illusions am I trying to create or shatter? Why can't I just leave it alone? Why do I, in my vanity, not realize the words have already been written to my song? Hard-headed SOB that I am, I plod on. Why should I even give a damn about how I am perceived after I am gone? Okay, okay, I give up. I'll repent. I'll just pray to the Most High that I did some good in my time. Hope I did not waste this gift of life by the way I allowed mine to be spent. So all I could do was rhyme. I pray that something I have said can in someone's life cause a ray of hope to shine. I do yet love my life. I have made my words like my wife. Thank you, God. Thank you, my friends. All praise due Allah for allowing poetry to define how we are. Thank you. That's called legacy.
Hmm. Very wonderful, Elder. Very wonderful. That's my desire, is to leave a legacy of nothing. If I don't leave nothing but if I leave a little bit of love with somebody, Carl, I'm good. And a little bit of poetry, we're good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Do you have some more, Carl? KHAOS? Do you have another one? No?
Do I get to do another?
You can.
Okay. All right. I wrote this poem for a Nashville legacy who had just passed on. His name was Leo Kwame Lillard. And he was the founder of the African Freak Festival here in Nashville. So it goes like this. Let the word go forth, both far and near. Let it be heard in all the world and return with a resounding cheer. Kwame Leo Lillard was here. In streets and alleys all over Nashville, people can be found speaking praises to his name. His legacy is now renowned. African Freak Festival was and Kwanzaa at its best. Because of him, these reminders of our ancestors remain as the fruit for which he did bless. For equality's sake, he stood his ground during the protests in Nashville downtown. For freedom, he did ride with the threat that he might also die in spite of his fear. He had the courage to try. A wise, gentle, practical man with the convictions of what he was, he did stand. With the quality of Leo, if not by birth, certainly by name, the many times I saw and worked with him over the years, his temperament and personality were always the same. Disliked by some, yet loved by many. And the capacity for caring and giving, he seemingly had plenty. Gone home now, warrior. Take your rest. You've run your race. You've run your and God's race. You've done your best. This I wrote in memory of Kwame Leo Lillard, freedom rider, activist, ambassador for justice, one principle man. What a guy!
Oh, I think
Beautiful.
one prince of a man. I love that last line. Yeah.
And the Leo,
His season is upon us.
it does. Thank you so much, KHAOS. And next month on August 28th, KHAOS will be our feature live and direct from Downbeat Abbey, which is where I am. He's going to come over and we'll share the mic.
Awesome.
I know, I'm very excited.
What time does that start, Amy?
It'll be 1 o'clock next time because we're going to try to get a little bit earlier in the
Okay.
day. So
All
1
right.
Central. And I'll make the event probably early next week.
Okay.
Awesome. I'm excited.
I am too. I'm just excited to see people again at the mic. I want to be smart and everything for sure, but I just want to see human beings again. I kind of miss people. It's weird.
I see what you're saying. I do too. I do see everybody. Next, we have Julian Matthews, who's joining us from Malaysia today. So it's very early where he is.
Wow.
Julian?
Hi, can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yes.
So I attended pre-pandemic. I attended a poetry workshop over 10 Sundays, and the clock in the room was not working. And every time there was a lull in the training session, you kept looking at the clock. So I wrote a poem about it. It's called Clock. There is a clock in the room at Studio 5. It has stopped. It reads 4:49:37. I peek up every now and then to see if it may suddenly tick again. I never wear a watch. If I need to know the time, I can always look at my phone. Time travels with me. It isn't stationary on a wall. Even though the time in this room seems to pass too quickly. I'm in a writing class to find my voice, but I never lost it. I just misplaced it. I put it down here somewhere in Studio 5. I'll find it soon enough. My fellow voice locators are also time locked in this room every Sunday. Our tables are arranged in a large C. No one expects to ace Miss B's class. There are 11 or 10, sometimes 9 souls present. It's a minor congregation at a private with emotion hands in prayer receive the word, and the choir is absent. We are typesetters, orphans lost at the bottom of a page, like hungry Olivers with bowls in hand, asking for second. Please, ma'am, I want some more. You have to be nice to get some. And every week there's a plot twist or two, or a howling. If our time in here is frozen, then the word trapped in our tongues and in our minds will have to be released. We have to let it go. Sometimes the word freed from thawing hearts are like palms rubbed together. They warm us all up inside. And momentarily cold outside never bothers us. Hot or sweet, malleable, waiting to be shaped by tentative hands. Sometimes we fire them too early in the kiln and they come out half-baked. We sit back and glaze over them. There's a thin line between the potterer and the potty. We spin the wheel and begin again. I glance up at the clock once more. They say a stopped clock is still right twice a day. And the clay and the day has 86,400 seconds to give away. I count 86,398 things in this old clock's life that has gone astray. But at least in this class, in Studio 5, in this warm place, over this potter's wheel, I hope to get 1 or maybe 2 seconds of something right today. Thank you.
Oh, that's the best.
Oh my gosh, that was so beautiful and shimmering and
That was
oh,
amazing.
so beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
All the way in Malaysia. Wow, I have a couple fellow writers in Malaysia. Yeah. Wow, what time is it there?
There's a question great for this poem.
Exactly. Oh,
It's
well done.
4:40.
Well done.
Strangely enough, it's 4:40.
Is that crazy? Or that's good juju right there. Wow.
And were you able to find some coffee?
Oh no, I didn't have time. I sort of nodded off with a cup.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks anyway for allowing me to come in so late.
Oh, sure. Thank you. And I hope you can stay unless you need to go rest.
Yeah, thank you.
That was amazing. Thank you. Next, we have Joy Johnson.
Okay, sorry.
Oh,
So I was just listening to our featured poet, and it made me look up a couple of recent. This is all recent stuff because I don't have the energy to go wading through old stuff. So I just pick up what's close by, okay? But I got a
Okay.
couple of love poems here, okay? So the first one was from a prompt of Demon Lover, okay? And Amy was writing on this prompt with me, but I can't remember if you wrote something or not. But I named it Beneath a Waning Moon. Delved into the velodrome of venom, elven enchantment loomed, I was deceived. Melodian dreams exchanged for seldom omen levels of ne'er before naive nincompoopery. He was nobody, left of removed, but my earnest yearning, overdone remodel, modern flirting, veering toward fairy tale, and I wailed, innervated by the demon burning rodeo vrooming of love that has failed.
Wow. Rodeo vrooming.
Rodeo vrooming of love that has failed. This one is called The Lint of Love, and it's not, I don't know, this is the deal. It's a found poem, so it's pieced together. So it's really up to you to decide what it's about. But I don't think it's, at least not as obviously, about romantic love, okay? And it's called The Lint of Love. Amidst adulteration, infinitum full bumblebee pointer of assuming, blanketing what's adulteration, the entangled scene IOU, a full sidereal overflowing complexity and lolloping promise of unsaintliness. Rupture the usual sarcasm, scream matters with a clod, the husk of a tree inside makes the alias evident. Become the pear who is a cup to the soil.
Woo.
Obviously inspired by the pear tree, but you can hear pear if you want to, as in two, but it's spelled pear, P-E-A-R, in my book, okay?
You gotta
Love
love poets.
That's
That's
beautiful.
so neat. That's neat. Yeah.
That was intricate. Do one more?
Well, a found poem is like, it's gonna be sort of twisted. Okay. If I came back and edited a whole bunch, it might turn into something, you know. And then if I have time for one more, because you know,
Yes.
they're not real long. This is called Song of the Work to Be Done, #1. It's after Walt Whitman, Song of the Road, okay? A Song of the Open Road. I've only just recently come to know anything about Walt Whitman, and I still really don't know anything about Walt Whitman. I majored in French, so I have really no American literature in my background, you know? But I'm kind of falling in love with him, so sue me. Song of the Work to Be Done, #1. After the great workers belonging, we take to the city square. We have a task. We have a world to transmute. Henceforth, we work not for ourselves. What selves? Henceforth, we expect change and will not rest until it's done, not promised, not prayed for. Strong and discontent, we agitate, we revolt. The earth should be sufficient. We only want to be near her, reciprocal in our attention, to heal each other. This earth suffices for us who belong to her. That we agitate for all men, equals, carries us as we carry each other, as I swear to be mindful always of my burden. My comrades fill me up, they fill me up. Thank you. I'll
Yes,
end.
So
Joy.
good. Thank you.
Joy, you're so good
She really is. She really is.
in several ways.
Many ways. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Comrades, thank you.
Yes, comrades. Thank you.
Comrade, thank you. Absolutely.
And now we have Marylyn Coffee.
Hello. I have 3 poems about religion. which I drug up from some years ago and revised, shortened a little bit. The first one is called Domesticated. I thought I'd solve the conflict between good and evil by trapping them in a cage big enough for both of us and dragging it to the marketplace where I'd force us to dance in full view of the random rabble. But the crowd had gone home to surf the internet, preferring virtual dualities to the breathy jiggity-jig of realities, which left me with 2 demanding entities to feed and lots of music I didn't need. The second one is called After Reading About the Life of the Buddha. The monks were silent, silly men. They'd had such high hopes following a ghost. Some received enlightenment at a touch, a word, perhaps a glance. Maybe an aura swept them off their feet. But there were those who had to borrow, crib, fake it. Belief was hard to come by for them. It was like leaping off a cliff. If they smashed to pieces at the bottom of the hollow world, who would sweep them up nice and neat? The monks were silent because some of them doubted, and those few contaminated the group mind with the smells of lilac and sweat, jasmine and wine, mist and sin. Everyone was in, and no one wanted out. No wonder the religion grew big, covered itself with complementary toppings of assertion and denial, while the monks, collected from all over the countryside, remained silent, except for the occasional dreaming moan. Mother, dear wife, my children. And finally, uh, I'm such a cynic. In some ways. Okay. This is called The Newsletter. Oh, not just a donation, but a free will donation. By contributing, I will be shoring up my free will, which needs protection from distracting appeals to healing, charity, and peace. We are awakening the world, it says here. But the world continues to sleep. I want to make fun of this so-called spiritual center. I want to lampoon those who need to believe in some underlying, overweening love coming from above or coming from within, pulling a bunch of folks together no matter what, all susceptible simultaneously. They have fallen off that cliff. Who am I to save them? But who am I to spurn the elation, the manifestation of oneness? Oh, I yearn for the old Catholic punishments. I want to be strong. I do not want to need an illusion, an idea, a propped up notion of tunelessly chanting that limp 4-letter word for the sense of duty one feels toward family, or the pleasant anticipation one feels about sex, or the surplus energy one has to cater to another or others, or even an object. Obsession aside, it took me a while to understand the need for polishing brass statues. Discover who you really are in an atmosphere of caring and light, they say. Well, I might, were it not for the awkward scheduling. My time is mine. I am not sure I can be there for you. And I ask again and again, why are you telling me this? Does nothing exist unless it's made a product with a measurable value and a catchphrase? Each sale resembles the creation replayed. Each communication is a bid for power. Every hour, sincerity loses its sheen. I admit, but not to you, church newsletter, that left to my own devices, I occasionally do look for love. Combing house and body compulsively. I know it's around here somewhere.
Miss Marilyn ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Tell us what you really feel, Miss Marilyn.
I guess so.
I know, right?
Wonderful eye.
I love the acoustic guitar in the background too.
Oh, yes, I put that there deliberately.
Right? It definitely is a eye catcher. I love it.
That's lovely. That was brilliant also. Thank you so much. I love your perspectives.
Mhm.
And next, I believe he's here. I'm not sure. May not be here. Martin Rodney, MRP Pretorius in the house. Okay. Now we have Jeff Cottrill.
All right. So here's a pretty new one, but some of you have already heard it 2 or 10 times. It's called Simpatica Books, Inc. Dear Mr. Orwell, thank you very much for your interest in Simpatica Books, Inc. We have reviewed your submitted manuscript, The Animal Farm, and we have decided, regrettably, that it is not the right fit for our lineup. Although your novella is well written and has a few interesting ideas, we feel that it also has some serious issues and needs a lot of work. Our main problem with your manuscript is the characters, specifically that none of them is very likable. There isn't a single one a reader can root for. We feel strongly that main characters in fiction must always be likable and never have any flaws or do anything the reader might disagree with. Most of the pigs in Animals Farm are so nasty and power obsessed, and they do many cruel things to the other animals. They kill them, they lie to them and manipulate them, they betray them. How is a person supposed to relate to that kind of behavior? Nobody's like that in real life. And even the animals who are victims of the abuse, you don't feel much for them either, Mr. Orwells. They don't fight back or try to win the day. They just take all the oppression passively. That's so depressing. A reader needs to cheer somebody on to be a hero, but your book doesn't deliver that. Our other big issue with your manuscript is the story itself, that is just so unbelievable and unrealistic. A group of farm animals drive the owner away and take over the farm. Don't you find that a little far-fetched, Mr. Wells? A little hard to imagine? Animals can get a little rambunctious now and then, but they could never take over a whole farm like that. And even if they did, it's hard to believe they would run the farm so poorly. There's so much corruption among the pigs that the whole thing turns into a virtual dictatorship. I don't think that could happen even with human beings, let alone with animals. You're not giving the reader much credit. Our team at Simpatica Books, Inc. is confused about your goals for animal farms. It's too violent and intense for a children's book, and it's too dark and pessimistic for a fantasy. We can't imagine what kind of market you're aiming for, or why anyone would want to spend their free time with these characters. But I have some good news. Our focus group of beta readers has come up with some constructive suggestions that may help you improve your book. First, instead of all those mean pigs, why not have one really nice pig and give the nice pig a friend or two? I think it's sad that you never gave the animals any good friendships, but I bet the reader would love to see one. Maybe the nice pig has a cute little spider friend who weaves nice messages about the pig in her web, and that sends the pig on some fun adventures. Don't you think that would make a good kid's book? I think so. And maybe the nice pig learns how to herd sheep, and he goes on to win a sheep herding competition. That would send an uplifting message about believing in yourself. Another issue? Our beta readers don't like the catchphrase you gave to Boxer the horse. I will work harder. Nobody's ever going to quote that. We came up with a better catchphrase. A horse is a horse. Of course, of course. See, now that's catchy and fun. That's what a reader wants. The point I'm trying to make, after the years pass and we're all rotting in the ground, the generations after us will remember only one thing about our literature. It's marketability. Please keep working hard at your writing. Maybe someday you'll get a lot better at it and write something worth publishing, Mr. Orson. Something with a fun plot and a likable hero. Like that nice Nancy Drew. Now she's a plucky little one. Why don't you give us a character like that? That would be swell. Sincerely, Simpatica Books, Inc. Books for people who don't want a challenge. So that's that one. And if I have time, thank you. if I have time for another shorter one, I have my own found poem. It's based on a Twitter account that has jokes written by kids. So here's Kids Write Jokes, a found poem. Hello, idiot. Is your refrigerator leaking? You know it is. You're so old you broke in half. Question, what do you think I am talking about? Something that smells like an elephant's bum, looks like an ogre, and eats rubbish. Answer, you, ha ha. Imagine if a ham fell off the Eiffel Tower. My eyes flew out when I was eating a taco on the toilet. Why did he go to the toilet? Because he is foolish of the world. What's a fish with no eyes? Dead. There were two fish in a bowl, and one fish looked at the other and said, fish don't talk. How many fish? Because the sky. How about when there is a silly man? There was a guy who had problems. Every time he laughed, he can't breathe. His friends keeps telling him funny jokes without knowing about this, so the guy with problems is like, stop, I can't breathe. So he died. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a shark. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then it eats my whole body. I did not care at all. Doctor, doctor, I think I am a supermarket. Okay, well, I don't want to buy anything. Doctor, doctor, I hit my head. What do you want me to do, stupid? If spiders can't walk, they would be raisins. Did you know what a turkey likes to eat? Probably not turkey. Do you know the chicken who went to the city to buy a hat? How did the chicken survive? Because he ate himself for dinner. What do you get when you cross a T-Rex and a chicken? Nothing but death. How come a chicken didn't eat his sandwich? Because a monkey ate the sandwich. Why did the monkey go to school? Because monkeys don't know anything. Why do monkeys eat banana? Because bananas are not afraid. Why did the banana eat himself? He had nothing. Why did the egg cross the road? Because it was ugly. Why did the frog get the bus to town? He is lazy. What do you call a cat what is broken? Stupid cat. What did the robot say to the centipede? Stop being a centipede. Why did the dragon went camping? What else is he supposed to do? What did the sheep say up a cold mountain? Why am I here? What did the jealous man say to the movie star? You stink, loser. What did Joker say to Batman? You're so stupid. What is the only one thing Batman is scared of? Bats, and also the Joker. Why were cowboys invented? Because they're idiots. Who is the old man that has 6 eyes? It is you. Why did the skittle go bowling? Because he is part of bowling. What is 70 million plus 22,874,928 plus 74,746 plus 1? Nobody will ever know. A horse walks into a bar. The man says, are you an alcoholic? The horse disappears in a puff of dust and appears at Charing Cross. The girls riding the horse, they all talking and putting on makeup. Then they hated each other. Then they be friends, and they going to sing, and they singing, and everyone is happy. That was Kids Write Jokes, a found poem.
Nice.
That was so fun.
That was so dope.
Oh, that was so funny.
It
Oh
was.
my gosh.
I'm like, let me mute my phone because this guy's never gonna get through this last piece. It was hilarious.
It was. That was great. Thank you. Much laughter. And now, let's see. I don't see Gary here. Michael Gwynn. No. Cynthia. Clive. Clive Oseman.
You're not making me follow him, are you?
Can't help it.
Right, okay, I'll do my best. Okay, this is brand new. Never been performed before because I only finished writing it this afternoon. So I hope it works. It's a bit different to my usual stuff. How can you trust anyone these days? We all paint a public picture different to the script you write with behind the scenes actions. We use the socials to make an impression that's usually fake, filtering character as well as face. Any one of us could be the next big news story, for good or bad. And it makes me sad when I'm proven wrong about the character of an online friend. Someone I would have supported to the end. Why not just be yourself? You get found out if you pretend. There's been so much drama of late, people proclaiming love and practicing hate. And I will never hesitate to call out bullshit that they demonstrate. I just don't get it. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to get this. Just bear with me a minute. Hello? All right, mate. Look, I can't stop. I'm doing a poetry thing on Zoom. Ooh, paranoid much? No, it's not about you, dickhead. Fucking hell. Anyway, why ring now if you're watching me on Zoom? What? I told you not to call me on this number over this. Hang on, I need to mute myself. Hang on a minute. Sorry about this, folks. Okay, I'm muted. I told you not to call this number. Calls can easily be traced, and if you get me implicated in this, fuck you. I've paid you enough. You get paid for taking the risk. If I wanted to risk getting caught, I would do the fucking job myself. Now, look, don't make me lose my temper. You know what happened to Alan when I lost it? Well, no, I know you don't know exactly, but you know he went missing. That's all you need to know. Don't ask fucking questions. Jeez. Just follow the instructions. No, no violence. Not this time. No, there's no need. Any trace of violence raises the alarm. We don't need that. No, I'm warning you. I don't want violence. And if you use it, I'll have you chopped into little pieces. Listen, I don't know what's so fucking hard to understand. You use the key I gave you to gain entry via the back door. The stuff is hidden in a bisto tin in the cupboard nearest the cooker, top shelf. You take that, you smear the novi on the door handles and you leave. Job done. Now, you don't have to... Oh, fuck, I didn't mute... Oh, fucking hell, I didn't mute myself. I'm just rehearsing my lines for the amateur dramatics. It's nothing more honest. Oh fucking hell! What have I done? Really, it's just the amateur dramatics. Honest, it's nothing more. Okay.
Wow.
That's great.
Oh, see on face, like I totally want to. Can people put their Facebook names in here and their Instagrams, please, so I can follow you guys? Clive. Oh my God. I've incorporated a phone before in Purple War Stories, but he just totally gave me an idea. That was so dope. I'm going to be quiet because I'm in love with that piece. I'm in love with that piece.
It was brilliant too.
It was brilliant.
Brilliant.
And he was worried about going behind someone? I don't think so. I'm glad he went after my feature. That's all I know.
Let's see. Is David Brown here? Okay. Lantern Carrier. Are you ready? You're in here a bit. There you go. Lantern Carrier?
Lantern said that they can't unmute.
Oh, goodness. Let's see if I can help with that.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm here.
Lantern Carrier?
Yeah, Galaxy A21.
Oh, good, yay.
Yeah, that's how it, I'm the participant. I don't know why they didn't show my name. Oh, this is open mic?
Yes,
Okay, I'll do a piece.
That's not Lantern Carrier's voice.
it's not, sweetheart. That's okay. That's totally fine.
And it doesn't have a face on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Hey, Lydia.
Just a moment. Just a moment.
They said, hey, who is that? Who's
Who is
Lantern? Who's Galaxy A21 that knows my?
Baby Boy 1Q7 from David.
Oh, David from Philly?
Yeah, no, David Brown.
Oh, David
yes.
Brown. Okay.
Yeah, I was in Nashville.
Okay. Peace.
I was in Nashville, Tennessee, performing before.
Yes.
Right, you came out there when I was doing Ganspa, hosting Ganspa.
Yeah, at the complex.
Yes. Hello there. Okay.
Yes. And you
I
can
thought
go,
I just
it's
want to
totally
make sure
fine.
it didn't get weird. Yeah.
Awesome. Yes, please share some poetry with us, David. Thank you.
Okay, I do. This is called Strength. That fire, that desire. I hope something transpires as I perspire, as I try to find ways to show you that you're the one person who I admire. As I guide you to the dance floor and hold you tight, as well as stare into your eyes and try to find the beauty that's being held inside. Inside the eyes of the beholder, I know I'm more bold than what I appear to be. But that's just because I believe in making dreams come true, not the probability of making them a reality. That's, can I do another one? Oh.
Yes, please.
Okay. The second one, I recently freestyled. Okay. Giving you kisses, my wishes that we be together forever. Yep, just you and me. For eternally, this dream has kept me from falling asleep. I hope eventually, one day, this dream will become a reality. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. Now we have Lantern Carrier.
Hey, you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, this is my dulcet tones. I don't know who it was before. Okay, you want me to go ahead?
Yes, please.
Cool. Identity. Life can be a pageantry of exotic colors or kaleidoscope of ebony and injustices in which tribe and culture will inevitably help shape my journey. Who am I? I'm a strand on the sitar of the music we call love, yet I can only walk with the moon in darkness, creating chasms and divisions like a sliced tomato. Huge waves of giant predators lash me against rocks with hostile intensity. In this illusionary chimera of life, identity embraces my moral compass and political persuasions, my religious beliefs, memories, values, and life choices, from Nubian kings and queens, which may very well contradict that of others. Who am I? I'm paired with the duality of light and darkness, cold and warmth, walk with twinkling stars even while dancing with the shadows of night, leaving an Eden of painful scars in my emotions. My mind's reactionary, and I tussle with the agony of prejudices perceived, attempt to deal with the weight of my burden of labels, engrossed in pain while insecurity and loneliness slice my heart with scimitars. Who am I? I am the light I long to see, and change for sure begins with me. I struggle to rise from oppression, to improve my angle of vision, my environment, my darker impulses, the turbulent forces I cannot control in my quest for happiness. Solitude evades me like the tail of a dog. I'm forced to reminisce on the wisdom of the ancients, so I'll be free. Theirs was a golden path of dauntless courage, of light and humanity, of decorum and beauty, of selfless love. The sacrifice spoke to me of the glories of man, his ancestral wisdom, enfolding and insulating my heart with beauty. Yet I was called bad names, saw the indignity of kindred spirits, my women suffering the depravity of self-worth, of self-esteem. Shaped by life, I, a wayfaring vessel on tempestuous seas, wandered alone as clouds dispersed from the heavenly blue, no place to call my home, stumbling in a hollow maze of chaos and confusion. Who am I? I'm a queen molded by the weaver of time, kept playing in mud like babies just to get dirty again. I was once pristine like new plates. Now I'm stained and dirty, tempted by the residue of life's culinary flavor of illusionary meals. I am a child woven from an embryo, carrying seeds and blueprints of a DNA going all the way back to ancestral Africa. I marvel at the intricacies of birth while living in dread of demise, to an invisible ghost pulling me to the end of my summers. Alas, like the deer that runs after its own musk, not realizing that it comes from its innate self, I have forgotten that golden light within from whence I came, to ascend the winding path of righteousness in order to find my way home. One more. One more.
Who am I?
Revelations. Mesmerized by the breaking of waves, I listened to the symphony of the wind, of how she spoke of time past and whispering dreams, of the pain of millennial sorrows, the tenderness of love. I lay on the beauty of twilight, enchanted by the light of perennial entities which kissed my heart. The night sky fixated my gaze. We danced on the crest of rolling tides as the wind continued her illumining conversations. She spoke of the magic of smiles, of the miracle of sunrise, and the moon kissed my soul as I bowed in sacred gratitude. She sang of the glory of man, of the undaunted courage of a woman's sacrifice, and my heart became a field of prayer. She talked of life's struggles, of how light shines in Jerusalem, even when the shadows are dense, that we can only measure the darkness by an effulgence we once knew. And I listened, and my tears became a raiment for the beloved. Have wine, she said. Go forth and love, for are not your desires the same adversity that will fashion you into gold? And how shall you laugh if you know no weeping? Be patient, for the weaving of the inner alchemist never ceases. She spins and spins a million revolutions until every indiscretion is wiped clean and the yarn returns to its state of grandeur. You are that yarn, you are that grandeur. Even though you may not feel it, I see 1 trillion candles glittering in your core. Then the waves subsided and the wind blew softly, gently caressing my spirit. The fire of my essence burned with the setting sun. Fear not, she said, before becoming silent. I am with you always, even unto the edge of eternal time. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
Thank you. Brilliant and beautiful, lyrical, so detailed, so
Thank you.
ephemeral, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, you're fine. I'm glad you're here. Thank you.
That was absolutely delightful.
Thank you.
If he
that was your feature?
Yes, sir.
She was. Okay, Lydia.
Yes.
You smile like the
So
luster of the moon, Lydia.
Oh, well, thank you. Your poetry is like the other side of the sun. It's beautiful.
Oh, you're so kind. Muchísimas gracias, señora.
Thank you.
Aw, beautiful. And next we have Lesley Constable.
Oh, Lesley, she hasn't read yet. Woo!
Hello.
Hey,
It's wonderful to
welcome.
be here tonight. Wow. Let me get let me get onto my poems. I think I've got some short ones. So I think that the one I'd really like to start with is called The Lantern Carrier. And it's my tribute to my
It's
friend,
offended the lantern carrier.
Lantern Carrier. So
Nadine.
yeah. The Lantern Carrier. Why you worry so, the bird said. You are there and need not be elsewhere. Why you worry, said the air. You are moved as we move, we the breezes, and dances you, dance with you. Why, said the snake, you move away from me so quickly, hesitant in my presence, when I will only twine myself around your ankles in swift embrace and leave you. If I kiss you, it will be only with the one fang only, giving you that which you need to heal you, so that you walk and continue to walk your walk in grace. I will not strike you this time, not this time. I will let you go so that you can walk your walk on earth. And I heard snake in my heart, and I trusted her, and I walked unworried. The ground says to me, I will hold you, and like Maya, with each step, each footfall, the lotus blossom will rise up to meet you as you walk, to kiss your feet as you walk, so that you can go on your way in joy, blessed so by earth, the lotus blossom which blooms at your touch. You will go on. Your journey here is not done. Your journey is not done. Go on. You will meet on your way, said the bird, said the air, the snake, and the ground. Many who touch you in embrace, who linger in your heart and light your way. You will meet all those who light your way, you on your way.
Wow. Beautifully crafted. Wonderful tribute. Oh,
That was beautiful. I mean,
Thank you.
I'm curious to hear what he has to respond back to her.
So I don't know if Lantern wants to respond or not. That's fine. He's heard it before. So.
That's so beautiful. Beautiful imagery.
yes, really
There's
is.
a lot of love and passion right there, sister.
Very dreamlike. And I love how you personified the air and the snake.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It was.
So this one I just found, I'm amongst poets, I'm amongst friends. We all know this. Yeah, I have 25 notebooks with poems filled in them, and I don't quite know what to do. And, we all write a lot. And I just found this one today. It was, I used to email poems to myself and then forget about them. And I just found this one today.
Me too. Or did you ever do the drafts where you'll start a draft, email to yourself, and you're like, this is going to go on my next book project. And it's still in draft from like 5 years ago. It's so sad. But,
Yep. See, I knew that.
I messenger poems to myself. It's really, I'll be out or I'll be at work and, you'll see something in somebody's eyes or a move, whatever you see. And that's how we're wired. We're wired that way.
That's right. So this one I just found, and this is from December 2019. So, and I named it. It's called The Swimmer. So this is its debut. The swimmer, we forget it all which is learned to begin again. The forgetting and the not remembering the exact shape and form of what it was, but added to that, the more, as deep as tree roots, as deep as me, having suddenly jumped into a body of water strange to me, and me cautious, and throwing away the fear of an earlier form of me, not sure of letting go the water now, with my head above, safe and breathing, in love with the air that is life filling my lungs, kissing the blessing that is the sky, nothing a threat now, no fear, for I am swimming, released into the element. And what then? Submerged now, again to begin the toil of swimming to a shore I'm not sure will be there. Submit to the water, whether a dark blue or the turquoise of the southern islands, an embryo again, or another form yet unknown to us, these land animals which we are. What if to float, releasing up to the air to breathe, to look, to see if there is land which is in reach, and reach for it awkwardly, or with grace, maybe arriving to crawl on eager knees and make my way as I need and perhaps want now on dry land, to be on dry land and not permeated with that which was past and that which we will come again to be, the wet of the underworld, the wet of the underground, the underwater from which we come. So I'm not quite sure about that. I want to close. I want to close with a poem. I think some of you may have heard this, but I feel it really fits with the wonderful theme of the night, and blessings to all. This one's called Let Me Sing to My Friend. Let me sing to my friend the song of her life. Let me sing to her that her body is a temple, if in this moment it is forgotten, and to remember this when she is afraid. Let me sing to my friend that she was born protected, to know, to understand that there is a beautiful blue light surrounding her at all times as she walks, as she rests or sleeps, as she talks to me and to you, as she sings her song to us. Let me sing to my friend and ask her for her reverent silence, to be silent and still, so as to hear far off the birds singing in the meadow. Let me sing to my friend to whistle in the dark, to not forget each day to look up and keep her gaze fixed on the sky. I sing to her of bees and to think of them as they go from flower to flower, blessing each one. I sing to her to see far off in the fields the horses with their foals of the spring lambs, and remember this new life as it is revealed to her each spring. I sing to her to see in each dying branch of the trees in autumn the bud of new life curled up and sleeping, waiting for the renewal of spring. I sing to her to tell her that there is the dark, but also the light. Let me sing to my friend that the sound of her heart beating is the sound of the angel's wings in her ear, whispering to her at each breath. I sing to her that she is loved, and we can hold each other in this, and we can hold with this, hold in this, hold with each other, even when apart and when in the dark. Know we are together and not fear. And fear cannot have us, for we are in the embrace of song, the song of our lives. So that's all for me tonight.
Wow, beautiful. So beautiful. And it moves from image to image and goes off. It is amazing what you do. I'm not sure how you do it. It's beautiful.
It's different too, Amy.
It's
And her
amazing.
voice is so soothing. And I'm too tired for that voice because it is just, it will rock you to sleep and wake you back up again.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Well, that's all we have today. Did anyone else want to read another poem? Cathy, yay, Cathy Carson.
Hey, Amy, would you mind if I did something?
I would not mind at all.
Okay, I have a conference to do on Monday. It's a difficult piece. It's on child law, so I'm doing a conference performance piece for them. Would you mind if I ran through it? Is that okay?
Certainly. Go ahead. Sounds beautiful.
Okay, this is called Stay. I haven't done it in a while, so thanks for the run through. It's hard to imagine where we used to be, that we would lie in this bed, just fitting together, like we had been carved from one another, like a dovetail joint, you used to say. But now, it feels like this bed isn't big enough for the both of us. It's like you have never been further away. I turn towards you and watch you sleep, the rise and fall, the ebb and flow of a man I once knew intimately, loved passionately, now lost. We had decorated the nursery in yellow, not wanting to know the sex of our firstborn, and I had crocheted blankets in white and mint green. You had joked that the nursery would look like a pastel tricolour. At the scans, I asked the midwife not to say a word if she saw a little penis. And you had laughed, boasted that if the child was yours, that penis would not be little, and the young midwife had blushed and turned away. I remember scolding you on the way home. And we held off on choosing names too. We wanted to wait until we saw the colour of their eyes, the furrow of their brow, the dimple in their chin, the velvet of their skin. And when she came, she had my eyes and your hair. But she was still and silent. And you fled the room. And I heard you retch and fight for breath as your footsteps grew faint, and I called you so many times, but you never came back. And you still haven't come back. Not really. In the weeks and months that followed, you couldn't bear to look at me. I wore my grief in technicolor. Empty arms swung like pendulums at my sides, tears and silence, rage, despair, for all the world to see. And I would say your name over and over, like a mantra, like a prayer. And you would wince as if the sound of it seared your skin, and you kept on running. Like an animal, you cowered, licking your wounds, picking at the scabs till the poison set in. Every day I searched in you for the man you used to be, but every day you ran further and further away. So now you're lost to me. You're lost to yourself. Unreachable. At one stage you began to drink. I would find the bottles hidden around the house, find you passed out on the sofa, and God, I despised you for all the tears that you should have cried, but you didn't. And all the times you should have helped me, but you didn't. And all the times that you should have said her name, but you didn't. So I will leave today. I will go to my mother's at first and work out what to do from there. The suitcase has been hidden like a crime under the stairs for weeks now. And the note propped up against the kettle tells you why. It tells you to get help. And it tells you I miss you. And it tells you goodbye. I know that when I rise from this bed, the memory foam will reform and erase the memory of me as though I have never been. I press my palm deep into the foam, despair driving me, make a mark in this place where we made her stay, you say. And I barely hear you. Please. And finally, the tears that I have longed for track the pillow creases in your face as you bring my wedding band to your lips and you open your eyes. In them, I see all I need to see, that you are no longer lost, that you're coming back to me. God, it's all I can do not to shout, there you are. The imprint of my hand on the mattress is disappearing like forgiven sin. Okay, I say. And you pull me close, the contact flooding me like a balm. I will stay. Thanks, Amy.
Oh, just, oh, beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Thank you.
Thank you. So moving.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Beautiful. Chills, man. Wow. Okay. Can I read one too before we end up? Is that
Oh,
cool?
may I say something to that poet that just read?
Yes.
Please put your Facebook information in there, Instagram, whatever. Miss Cathy,
Sure.
you are a lovely poet.
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
Oh, I had chills. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I had poetic chills when you said, you had me calling your name out like a mantra, like a prayer. Whew. So you just inspired a poem. Thank you. Ooh,
Bless you. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you. Beautiful set earlier, too. Thank you.
thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Whew. Beautiful today, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I agree. I'm moved beyond. I really, the tears were like right here.
No, seriously, they were. I had to get up and go like wash my face. I'm like, I put on eyeshadow for what? I know I was coming to hear poetry.
Oh, you can't tell that. Look beautiful.
Thank you, Amy.
You're
If I'm as
welcome.
cute as those rosy cheeks that you have, I'm doing okay. Doesn't she have the most lovely, just rosy cheeks, guys, on her picture? She's
She's got apples in her cheeks for sure.
she's so cute.
Oh, thank you.
And just as pretty in person. And one thing about you is that you're just as nice in person. And I've met maybe upward 100 poets in my 20-year span. No exaggeration. Maybe not that many, but a lot of poets are not a lot, but many were not who they were on social media. And it kind of was like, oh my God. But
It's
Amy, you are just nice in person. You really are. You, Henry Jones, today. But you're just as kind as you are. You are who you post to be, P-O-S-T to be.
Yay. Thank you. I
That's
appreciate
bad
that.
English, but correct format, right? You're who you're supposed to be.
Yes.
Right?
Becoming something.
Okay.
Amy, she was speaking to you, Amy?
What now?
Was she speaking to you?
I believe so.
So she was talking for both of us then.
Oh,
I
thank
echo her
you.
sentiments.
Oh,
You guys.
you know, I mean, maybe you do, but I didn't think you would ever need me to tell you how highly I think of you, Amy, because I wouldn't hang out with you almost every single day if I didn't think very highly of you.
Aw. Well, I appreciate
She's the best
that.
neighbor, you guys. She's the best neighbor to have in the whole world.
I can
That's
imagine.
funny. Thank you. So are you, man. So are you. I've got two more poems. I can just read one, I think, time-wise. One is called She Flies, and the other one is called His and Hers.
I like his and hers. What are they doing?
I agree, his and hers. I agree.
Okay, we're going there then. Okay. Old relationship. Okay, his and hers. With the inside of his hands, his arms, his mouth, he explores her source. Wave tossed, rain washed, wind ravaged, cracked marble soul. She not the classic Greek woman man, large proportioned muscles, nor perfect symmetry, not what anyone calls her. Her fury is a finger, reducing her essence to category. Sometimes she ever-fleeing turtlenecked poet rise upon dream glass shards. With the outsides of his heart, he magnet to her, shuddering, calming, tremble, storming cloud mass within and upon her. Search secrets interiors, non-places, non-times, essence so rude, so light-filled divine, blend colors to onyx polish, boil to desert white bone, flight of dinosaur womb, adventure spirit shared, create and destroy and flame the phoenix eternal with the back of a fist, the delicacy of form surface, shatter a menagerie of sheltered dream creature flowers. Out, drifting out afloat upon a steel colored sea, after love making with angel, demon, demon, angel sounds. Welcome, love, you terrify and pleasing, stretching wings of flame, glow and burning ember eyes, cool to the inside of his soul, touching hers. Oh.
Ooh, scary.
It was back in the day. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. This has been just delightful. I've had such a great time. And
Do we
it's
have
so
enough
good to
time?
see you. Yes, yes.
Do we have enough time for one? Do you guys
Yes,
mind?
yes. No worries. Go for it.
Hey everybody, my name's Maggie. I am taking a collection of poetry on tour later this year. Just gonna go hit up some old stomping grounds, Colorado and on the West Coast. So I am super appreciative of the practice. And I love being amongst poets. It's probably the best place to be, huh? When you're a poet.
It is though. We get each other. We totally get each other. Seriously, I think.
I love the unconditional love. It's because I've had to learn how to give that to myself, I think, to really explore my full potential as a poet. And I never really thought I would be putting myself out there as a poet, but here I am. So
thank you for sharing yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia.
You're very courageous. Do you know how hard it is for people to even express real emotion in this world? Whoever said it earlier, in the cyber world we're in, building these fake facades. And it takes a lot of courage to me to put yourself on the line. We put our heart on the line, our feelings, our heartbreak, our opinions, and unapologetically. And we don't get paid a lot or a lot of,
Yeah, I haven't gotten paid very much yet.
20 years, darling. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, hopefully we got plenty of time. But I wouldn't do it if it was just for the money. That's for sure.
For sure.
Well, I'm practicing a 10 poem set, but I won't do that many. I'm just gonna start with one of my bigger ones and just see how the flow goes. I really appreciate you guys listening. Come supper with me in death's garden. Eat the love forgotten. Bury bones and feathers rotting in our grave, gray mouths. Don't bother washing. Let lingering ghosts into our most holy and unholy houses. Echo back smoke. Sweet whip, turn the new planet, burn to black and white ash. God exhales trash from my lungs. Nostalgia for symmetry, my body a cemetery, liminal transition, corpses to color, and tombs to cornerstone. All right, I gotta get off.
Wonderful. She's brilliant. She has a new chapbook called Cope Aesthetic, and I can't recommend it enough. She's wonderful. All right, guys. Well, so lovely to see everyone. Oh my gosh, it's been so fun. And so powerful. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you, BorntoWrite. And thank you, everyone, for being here. We're blessed.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amy.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime.
Wonderful. Thank you, Amy.
Oh, you're welcome.